What up, family? Ghetto News reporter Mary Dash between the Mary and the Lee. Today is December the 5th, Sinful Sunday in my city, Chicago, 2021, so they say. This part of my day is a cool, dreary day in my city, Chicago. It's raining a little bit. It's also my foster father, Leon Baker Redman, birthday. It's a little drizzy out there. You know, my favorite saying is don't shit on me and say it's raining. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. I'll be in my room just kicking the bobos with whoever listening. You know, they say these telephones are called smart devices for a reason because they listen. And I want to make sure I ain't talking to myself. So, is anybody out there? It feels like I'm talking to myself. Shout out to Eminem. See, that's how you're supposed to do. If you take somebody's stuff, you're supposed to shout them out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Whereas Eminem say, you know, mention my name, meaning his name, billions of views. But if he mentioned my name, he lose. So he don't mention my name because, you know, they still think it's a competition. They think they're in competition with your girl Marilyn Dash 20 Mary Lee. You'll get a news reporter and originator of real rap music. Now I'm in here going over some things, just thinking and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it's coming down to the end of the year. And I got about roughly 26 days, you know, and a wake up before the first of the year. 2022 is going to be my year. I'm not going to no longer be really gravitating towards social media. I appreciate all the ones who hung in there with me and really put that work in and stuff and kept me motivated enough to want to continue on being your ghetto news reporter and all that. But, you know, they don't pay me for all that. And I've put a lot of people on and I haven't even gotten a thank you. I still believe people are trying to find a way to discredit me, to be honest, and, you know, throw me on the bus or try to railroad me one last time and take everything that I've worked my ass off for. So, you know, I've always had to be on my P's and Q's and aware of things. So I'm in this building where I'm located, you know, this room, 6210 South Kembark Avenue, Chicago, North 60637, apartment 308, and do not knock on this door because, you know, I'm not accessible like that. I don't sell drugs and things of that nature, so you can't get nothing from me like that there. But what I'm going to do for you, because of all the ones who really put that work in, I'm going to give social media the opportunity to give me their best, whatever it is. You know, I like comedy, you know. I think some puppies are cute and, you know, animals I didn't put on my playlist before, you know, that have, you know, put some work in, even if the owner is behind it or whatever and stuff. Which means I'm looking for people who really, you know, took COVID seriously and took the time out to try to, you know, become the person they wanted to be. Everybody looking for that one moment in time. I would like to say this will be it. So from today, I would say, you know, I'm gonna put this video up, and another video that I watched by the guy named Solo Redline. It's supposed to have came out, you know, his rap he did on Jackson Street in my city, Chicago, or the Jackson Red Line, you know, in my city, Chicago. He supposed to have did it 7 years ago. But this is where I beg to differ. And I'm going to try to be as nice as possible with saying things, you know, because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings or they, you know, getting all stirred up or whatever and stuff. But if you was at an audition, for real, with Simon Cowell, you know, for the American Idol, you would be presentable and you would do your best and you would be professional and respectful. So everything happens in this world for a reason, and I believe it happens for a reason. So let me tell you how I wanted to, I'm not going to say impress Oprah, but I wanted to get my story told, you know, to the queen of media, Oprah Winfrey, allegedly. You understand what I'm saying? You know who I am. I ain't finna play with you. So I believe I have a relationship with Oprah, spiritually, if not, you know, personally. You understand what I'm saying? And you just have to know my story. I'm not gonna waste my story on your time to tell me who you are or what you're about and stuff, as far as the people who this audition is going out to. Now, in order for me to get my point across, first of all, Oprah was not the first person that I auditioned for. I was in my city, Chicago, on 95th and Western at Evergreen Plaza, and they had this audition for people who could sing, rap, or whatever. Now, I didn't have any music or anything, and I gave them my vocals and my true story of me being a child abuse victim, my child abuse rapping that I posted on YouTube November of 2007. You understand what I'm saying? So I just gave my, if you want to say, heart and soul into, and I, they gave me a cassette tape, and I think I may have paid them $5 or something or whatever for them to do it or whatever. I don't know how much it was, but they gave me a tape, and I didn't think nothing of it. And then I was looking at the Oprah Winfrey show, and back in the day, you can write in, and Oprah will give you a letter back saying, I got your merchandise or whatever, and I use it for future reference, or she'll call you on the show or whatever. So, I'm about 17 at the time, which I was 17 in 1984. And, I wrote down the address. I wrote her a letter, and I wrote out my child abuse rap that I had, spoke or rapped into the, audition, the same one. But I wrote it out. I didn't give her a tape, but I'm pretty sure she got the tape. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just allegedly. But anyway, I wrote it out, and I was struggling with math, and I gave her some schoolwork because I've always struggled in school. But on my math test, I got 100, and I wanted to impress her and let her know, look, I got 100 on my math test, and I'm trying to, and she wrote me back. It was a copy letter that they sent out to everybody. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have that letter now because I've been moving here, there. I've lost a lot of stuff, and if you know my story, I've been going through a lot. So bottom line, Oprah and I kind of have a spiritual thing going on or whatever, but she don't want to acknowledge that because of whatever ties she has, and we just, opposites used to attract, but I guess it don't attract no more. But I can still feel the similarities. Now, I'm in my room just speaking out loud, thinking, brainstorming, if you want to call it that. And I went to the flea market yesterday, and I seen some Jordans. They was real nice. And the guy said they was $240. They was green, and they was nice and stuff. But I'm on a bus. I'm going through a lot. I wouldn't pay $240 at no flea market for no Jordans. I don't care if it was Jordan himself selling them. You understand what I'm saying? I got my first pair of Jordans for $50 off the streets of Chicago back when he was coming up in 1984. You understand what I'm saying? Around that time. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. So, at the flea market, I expect, him to say maybe 100 at the most. When he said 240, I said, Jordan's not even playing anymore. I'm playing. You understand what I'm saying? If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So, I didn't buy them. And I was walking down the street on Cicero. And I got to this hotel yesterday. This all in the same day yesterday. And I seen a green Cadillac that looked like the same color. It was the same color of the shoes, the Jordan shoes. I said, now what's the odds of that? And the hotel name was Aloha. You understand what I'm saying? I said, that's interesting. So I was thinking out loud today. I said, I'm going to come up with something because there's a few more days left in this year, and I'm going to step my game up or whatever you want to call it and focus more on myself and stuff and kind of back away from social media. You understand what I'm saying? So I said, this is what I'm going to do for the people who hung in there with me, whether you like me or not. I'm going to give you the rest of the year and post different artists, you understand what I'm saying, who I think has the potential, to be somebody. Because I never really got that break with Oprah Winfrey. That's just my personal story. I feel as though it's still up in the air, though. I even give Oprah a chance. You understand what I'm saying? That's how good I am. But anyway, I'm looking on social media and I run across this video of, I think his name is Solo Redline. I hope so. If not, the person that uploaded this video is called My Video Client. So between the two of them or whatever. Now, I'm looking to see, because he had a nice little flow going on and stuff, and he was on the Jackson Redline, platform. And I'm like, okay, I look for the similarities because people know who I am. And I noticed that the video came out 7 years ago, and he had about 700,000 views. But, people play with numbers all day, right? So we ain't even going to talk about the ones who buy views and stuff like that, I would say, well, let me see. But then I noticed he had some green shoes on. I think they may have been Timberlands or something. I think they may have been Timberlands. I'm like, now, I've been on social media a long time, and I never really noticed this guy before. You understand what I'm saying? And I said what I said out loud, and they listen to everything. So, the coincidences and the similarities is what I'm looking out for, right? So he started talking about a lot of stuff that kind of was similar to my story. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And I was like, but it was still good. It was conscious and stuff. But what got me, he used the word dummy when it came to his wife, wanting money. You understand? He said, don't you know the courts already got that from me, dummy? Now I said, well, what if he didn't say dummy? What if he said from me? And I listened a couple of times. And it kept sounding like dummy. Now, my first ever YouTube video, Mary Mack versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, I used the word dummy, when talking to Oprah on my video. But you have to remember, I have a relationship spiritually with Oprah. It wasn't my first, time video. Or it was my first video, but it wasn't my first, introduction or my first, impression. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It wasn't my first impression. Okay? Real talk. So, bottom line, first impressions is everything. Now, for somebody who looked at me, may have said, oh, she called Oprah a dummy, but they don't know my story. That Oprah and I really, is a lot more, in tune with one another without even meeting. But you got to understand, if you don't, you never will, probably, unless you can get Oprah to, fess up. Long story short, this ain't about me and Oprah. This is about you today. Unless Oprah want to, audition for me this time. I'm just saying. But anyway. So I realized he used the word dummy or from me. I said, okay, I give him the benefit of doubt, on that. But then I looked at the shoes. They was green. Now, all this I talked about today doing and stuff like that. But I still liked his rap. It was conscious. But then when he threw the mic down, it reminded me of Tupac. And then I kept looking at his video and, he had, a Tupac t-shirt on. I said, okay, this sounds like some Tupac stuff here. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to still use the video, but he's not going to be the number one that I wanted him to be. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to use this other guy. You understand what I'm saying? This older guy, and then he can be number two. But if you want to impress me, you can't curse. You can't be drinking. You can't, be disrespectful. And this is for real. And you can pretty much, get that one moment in time with me if you can't get it with the big league people or whatever and stuff. Because today, I still believe I'm somebody and the one that made Oprah who she is today. And Michael Jordan, too. Because, like I said, my first pair of Jordans, I got off the streets for $50. You know why? Because they needed somebody for Chicago to pump them up. Neither Oprah or Michael is from Chicago, but I am. And I pumped them both up, and they both crossed me. It's the truth. So try not to cross me. And with that, step your game up. So Ghetto News reporter Mary Dash, Swinton Mary Lee, Oprah. Looking forward to hearing from you. Jordan, I want them shoes for free, and your house too. Peace.